Right, okay, so this is the second heat of the men's open. We've got Anton from Ukraine. He's leading the way at the moment. Pulling 127 splits. He is not hanging about here clearly. 33 strokes a minute. You've got Vincent in second place from France. You've got Bartas Sablot. I can never get his name right. He raced at Crashby 3 years ago and he pulled around a 5:45. Now he's pulling 127. Again, he could be one to watch because he's got quite a good sprint in the latter stages. You've got Ward in fourth place, pulling 127. So you're effectively looking at about the top 6 or 7 who are in these early stages are potentially threatening to break the 6-minute barrier, because that's the one benchmark we always look for in the Open. How many guys are going to break the 6 minutes? We've got a whole range of athletes all the way down the field, but Anton, he's still leading the way, pulling 129s and 130s, and he's keeping that going at sub 130 pace and 31 strokes a minute. So he's just gone through the 500-meter barrier, looking solid. But Vincent is keeping it honest, just 3 meters behind. So you've got a 4-way scrap for the lead at the moment.
Yeah, some fantastically close racing going on here. Really impressive. And these guys still pulling sub 130s at the top there. Really, really fast-paced race in the first 2 minutes here. So if we are going to hit these sub 6 times, we're already a third of the way through this race. So some phenomenal scores being laid down right now.
Okay, well, this actually is the last race of the day that's part of the European qualifiers for the World Championships. And as we said earlier with Bartas, he's a former Crash B winner, and now he has moved his way to the front. And going into the second half of the race, it looks like he's going to try and take command of this. And now he's pulling 127s. What do you think, Alex? Pretty impressive performance.
Yeah, I'd say these guys are just not letting off the pace. I've seen loads of people go off on Ergs pulling sub 130 using that adrenaline, but it's a really elite kind of athlete that can sustain this through here and not blow up too early. But obviously the top is somewhere to look at, but through the middle it's really tight as well. So if we're looking from Vincent Matz down to George Bourne, it's like 10 meter spread between 6 athletes there, and they're all pulling around the 130s, 129s. As they go through into the second half. So way into the second half now. Really impressive pacing. One of the names you'll see there, Matt Brigham, the Kingslayer, beat Mahe Drysdale. So it'd be interesting to see how long he can just keep that relentless pace up, because that's what he did. He just went off hard, stayed out in front of Henley. It was just, one of the results of the day that day.
That's a pretty impressive scalp if you can take out Drysdale, because he's pretty legendary in rowing. I got to say, another person, he's moving up as well from Finland. You've got Joel, I knew I was going to get his surname wrong, Nokarainen, I believe. Now, with him, what's interesting, he's done a solo 100 meters. He set it 2 years ago, November 2018. But here's the amazing thing. He averaged 149.8 for over 6 hours. So he basically, for 100 kilometers non-stop, he sustained sub 720 2K the entire time. And he's literally across all age groups holds the world record. And he did race at Crashby in 2017, and he clocked a 5:54 that day. And if you notice, he's pulling 129s. He's in that ballpark. He is clearly gunning for a sub 6 performance again.
But those splits are just phenomenal for that period of time. Just incredible efforts pulling that record. So it'll be interesting to see if he can sprint this last 500 and move up, because it is tight. There's 5 meters there, so Matt Brigham's moved up, Vincent Matz has moved down, but it's still really tight. And even at the top, it's a 3 meter difference, and the rates have gone up as well, where it's sort of high 30s, mid 30s. Christian Tabash there as well has gone into 42 with still 400 meters to go, trying to make inroads into that third place.
Yeah, that's some brave rowing to go to rate 40 from 400 meters out. In races, normally from about 200 meters out, I feel comfortable. I can kick the rate up to about 40, sustain it. But to go from 400, oh my goodness, he's at 44 strokes a minute now. And look at him now. He's dropped the pace down to 124 to 125. Now, Ward has obviously responded. And again, those top three guys, they can see each other's, boats on their own monitor. So they're aware of what's going on. But at the moment, Ward is just edging out ahead now at 40 strokes a minute. He's still maintaining his lead.
So yeah, Ward Lemenlin, it says on our notes, 2 times world champion in the under-23 2K. So he's going to want to stay out in front, but it's seriously going to be challenged if people... Tavish is up now at 48, and so is now Karenin. So really high rates. Like if we had been in the velodrome, this would have been phenomenal to watch.
No, it's absolutely fantastic stuff now. Look at that for a finish time as well, 5:47.6. Bartaz just slightly behind in of 5:52. Christian Debache right there, 5:52.7. Absolutely blistering times. And here's the big question: how many are going to break their sub 6? How many did you count there, Alex? Looks like
3, 6, 9, 10 for sure. Yep.
That's awesome.
10 sub 6. It's really, really impressive scores. Really impressive scores. Like you say, that's one of the kind of the big time benchmarks.
No, 100%. Of course, obviously, although their day is done, it's not over yet, because I've been in this situation myself where I've raced in the Open and you hear the likes of, back in the day, it was like the likes of James Cracknell and Matthew Pinkston are racing, and you've still got about 200 metres to go. And so these guys, you've got Stuart Birch that's just coming through right now. He clocks in at 6:43. You've got Joel Keeble has just finished, and you've got Marcel, who's just finishing